guys, so this week in science we're going to be learning about fossils, okay? So for our assignments that we're going to be doing a packet that has some questions at the end, and you are going to read and color in the packet as you go along. It's broken up by days, so you don't have to do it all at once or anything like that. But I want to do a quick read through of the packet, and then we're going to watch a Bill Nye the Science Guy video. So I'm going to read through the packet, and then as you guys do it day by day, you read it again and color in the pages. So our title page says, If Rocks Could Talk, Fossils. Fossils are the remains of living things from centuries ago. They are the last traces of living things once buried deep below. These traces may be footprints or just tails or feet. It is rare to find fossils that are entirely complete. Sometimes it's a plant fossil that a scientist has found. Fossils teach us about many living things that are still around. Was this place once underwater? What can we use to tell? One way is if we find a fossil that looks like a seashell. There are many different ways that a fossil can be formed. Some living things were frozen in place before the earth was warmed. Some animals fell into tar pits that hardened over the years. Their bones and teeth were hardened into fossils, it appears. Some living things, like insects, were caught inside tree sap. The sap then later hardened and the ocean water filled the gap. The hardened sap then changed into amber, and the insects were preserved. Inside the clear brown amber were where they could be observed. Some living things were covered with sediment and tiny stones, and this preserved the outline of their body, of their bones. Other types of fossils are found inside chunks of coal, plant remains, leaves, only imprints. Some are partial, some are whole. Another kind of fossil was made after something died. It was buried in the landscape and over years was petrified. In this case, the word petrified means something turned into stone, and minerals filled in the parts that so long ago was bone. Occasionally, a fossil is found that has been mummified. That is when remains are found that were completely dried. Some living things were buried, and other remains formed a cast. These are some ways fossils are preserved life forms from the past. Fossils are found on every continent, but what are they used for? Fossils are how we have learned about the mighty dinosaur. Perhaps some of these fossils are still a mystery, but they hold important lessons to help us learn Earth's history. All right, so that's what our packet reads like, and now I'm going to play the video from Bill Nye, okay? Enjoy.
Inertia is a property of matter. T minus 7 seconds.
Brought to you by Old Stuff Incorporated. You'll dig it.
Did you know that almost all the things that have ever lived on Earth are gone? And it's not just that the living things are gone. The kinds of living things, the species are gone. And we figured this out when we found their fossils. Fossils are an old Latin word that means to dig. Dig, so fossil this. Have you ever seen a three-toed horse?
Well.
Or a camel in the middle of North America? Or a rhinoceros in Nebraska?
Can't say I have.
Look at this. That's a three-toed horse, and this is a rhino. And we're in Nebraska. Now, these are actually fossils of rhinos. Fossils are evidence of living things that have turned to stone. Fossils usually tell a story. The story here is 10 million years old. These animals all were breathing bad air, probably from a volcanic eruption, hundreds of kilometers from here. They came here to get a drink, and they died. And then volcanic ash was blown in by the wind, and they were buried. And about 10 million years later, they're still here. This is something we don't get to see very often. The fossil skeleton bones are all held in their original position. So here we have a snapshot, a three-dimensional picture of the past. Now here's the thing. There's no rhinoceros quite like this one anywhere in the world today. And there are no rhinoceroses at all anywhere around here. Things on the earth have changed. Different kinds of living things have come and gone. Some of them are extinct. In fact, 90% of all the living things that have ever been on earth are gone. They're extinct. And we figured it out from fossils.